Good morning, everyone. Welcome into this day at Quimper Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Welcome all who seek renewal in a weary world. Welcome all who come with love and energy to share. Welcome to those who worry for the future. Welcome each of us who is grateful for today. Know that in this place you are not alone. In community, we share our strength with one another, and we keep the flame of love burning bright. Know that in this place, responsibility is shared. Here, tradition holds us. Ancestors shine a light from the past. Here, the young lift their bright faces and beckon us onward. Take my hand, and we can go on together. My name is Peg Hunter, and I'm a member of the board here at QUUF. As we gather, I acknowledge that the water, land, and shorelines here in Port Townsend are the traditional territory of the Sklallam and Chemakum peoples. We honor and acknowledge our Indigenous members and neighbors, and we vow to help restore and sustain these homelands. If you're visiting today, I offer a special welcome and invite you to join us for refreshments and conversation in the fellowship hall after the service. We have a newcomers table near the patio doors where our greeters are ready to answer any questions you might have. Welcome to you all this morning. We're very glad you're here. Announcements. I always want to say announcements. Please join the Sanctuary Work Group this Thursday as we explore the possibilities, risks, and affirmations of acting in solidarity with Jefferson County immigrants. We want to hear your feelings and thoughts June 5th, 6:30 in the Fellowship Hall. All members should have received the announcements about the annual meeting, very important, on Sunday, June 8th, a week from today, at 12:30 p.m. here in the sanctuary. The 2025 annual report is available on the website. We will review the past year, see what's coming up for next year, and give appreciation to our many volunteers. Members will vote on 2 bylaw changes, the new mission and vision statement, revised healthy community covenant, and vote on the proposed QUF budget for the next fiscal year. So there are 4 things to vote on, and we need a quorum, so please show up in person. There's proxy voting. If you cannot attend in person, you may vote by proxy, although proxy votes do not count toward the required quorum. We need 25% of our members present to have a valid vote. Contact the office for a form. The forms are due back by noon on Thursday, June 5th to the office or by email. Those are the proxy forms. Please come in person if you can, and childcare will be provided. Let us settle our minds and calm our hearts.
Good morning. Every day is a new start. Every year, a new beginning, or so we'd like to believe. And we don't know. We can't see where we will go and what will happen, what delights await, what heartbreaks will break us open. The paths unexpected that open before us. Even knowing that, we lean into our lives in particular ways, focus on particular moments, incline our attention to what is in our hearts and lives and hands to offer. We know for sure that ours is only in the going, finding what is on the path and off, in giving and creating what we can. We come here amidst the discoveries and delights, the worries and the woes, to find a moment of connection, to pause on our journey in gratitude and in sorrow. It is good to be together this day. Will you join me, please, in our words for the lighting of our chalice? There you are. This is a house of reflection and contemplation, of joy and sorrow, friendship, sharing, and laughter. We light the chalice in remembrance of what we have been and in the hope of what we can become. Let's join in singing. Our opening hymn is Morning Has Broken. It's number 38 in the Great Hymnal if you want to follow along.
This morning, we have the privilege of receiving 7 new members to our fellowship. Now, they have each completed a new member orientation process and are here today to join our congregation. On their behalf, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees and our entire fellowship, I welcome these incoming members and express my hope that your experience here will be inspiring and transformative, both for you and for our congregation.
Thank you. Good morning. Incoming members, it's been a pleasure to get to know each of you over the past few months. When I call your name, please come stand with me as I read your introduction. Then you'll move over to Reverenda to sign our membership book, joining the many people who have become QUF members over these years. And then please move to the other side of the chancel and remain standing. Kim Fairbanks lives in Port Townsend in the summer and San Miguel de Allende, Mexico in the winter, where she's a member of the UU Fellowship. At QUF, she hopes to meet new people and connect with the congregation, connect with the children. She's an active pickleball player, kayaker, and biker. She is always doing some kind of art project and hopes to use her talent in the fellowship in some useful way. Callisti Kilmer was born on the Olympic Peninsula and moved to Port Townsend a bit over a year ago. Callisti and their fiancée, Anna, had been looking for community in their new town and found QUF. They are a maker at heart with skills in 3D printing, electronics, leather, and blacksmithing, with a focus in cosplay and steampunk. Anna Villa is new to the church environment, but not to spirituality. Though they identify as pagan, they grew up in Catholic Italy. They are deeply drawn to the structure and connection offered by QUF. They are a writer and tarot reader with a passion for animals. They are excited to be here to learn more with their fiancé, Callisti. Georgie Weston writes that in her 70-plus years, she has cultivated a spiritual life that feels eclectic and practical. She finds her personal practices deeply sustaining, but also solitary, and she's been seeking a place where she can be both authentically herself and warmly welcomed. She looks forward to the comfort, creativity, and challenges of participating in this community. Brian Richardson is a father to twins Soren and Lottie, husband to Heather, backpacker, social worker, and baseball fan. Brian is glad to have found in QUF a welcoming community that lives its values. In his free time, you can find him watching a Minnesota Twins game, planting native flora in the yard, or planning his next outdoor adventure. Heather Hansen moved with her spouse Brian to Port Townsend in 2016. Heather also always imagined raising children in the same kind of tight-knit, social justice-oriented community that she grew up in, and she is thrilled to be joining QUF. Heather spends most of her time parenting 4-year-old twins, Soren and Lottie, and working in her private practice as a massage therapist. Any remaining time she has, you'll find her gardening, singing, running, reading a big fat novel, or watching Survivor. We are also glad to have Alma Parks join us in membership. Her bio is in the handout available this morning.
Hang on, there we are. All right, where are we here? There I am. We are delighted to have you join us here at QUF. As you know, our congregation is based not on a common creed, but on a common covenant, a way of being with each other in loving, supportive, and cooperative community. As such, we will do our best to be a source of strength, compassion, and growth for you, and ask that you too become a source of strength, compassion, and growth for others here. For it is by lifting each other up and working collectively that we continue to make a vibrant and life-changing community. And so I will ask you a question. Do you, if you agree, please answer. Boy, I'm having trouble reading. Let's try that again. I will ask you a question, and if you agree, please answer, I do. Do you affirm that you support the program purpose of this fellowship and will work to uphold QUUF's missions, covenants, guiding principles, bylaws, and policies? I do. Awesome. That was the right answer. Welcome into covenant and membership with Quimper UU Fellowship. And now, QUUF community, will you please rise and embody your spirit and join me in our pledge to these newest members. We, the congregation of Quimper Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, gladly receive you into our community. Let us join together in working towards a deeper understanding of one another and in upholding our covenant to love, share, and to serve. Thank you, everyone. You all may be seated. After the service, we invite all the new members to form a receiving line out in the foyer so that everyone can greet you. That's the really fun part. And each new member has a badge with a red ribbon on it, orange ribbon, red ribbon, in the coming months, so it's easier to identify who they are. Please do make them feel welcome. And now we will sing our children out to their time in RE. Those on the aisle, please rise and make an arch, and let's sing together.
Now it is time when we pause for generosity, and you are very generous people, and to receive an offering that will be shared between the food bank and QUUF. The ushers will come among you to receive the offering, and additional ways for you for giving will be projected. Please join us in the offering words. Is the community of ourselves. Its energy and resources are our energy and resources. Its wealth is what we share. As we contribute to the life of this community, we affirm our lives within it.
Imagine me and you, I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together.
I should call you up and ask to die. I don't say you belong to me, and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together.
So happy together.
for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they twist us, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together.
It ought to be the only one for me is you, and you for me, so happy together.
So happy together. So happy together.
Nothing like having a little baby boomer jukebox going on this morning. A what? We pause every week and we set aside time to share the joys and sorrows of our lives. We recognize that our own personal joys and sorrows are only a small fragment of the joys and sorrows of the larger community of life. And so we place our first stone today thinking in particular of the fierce and fabulous gay men, proud lesbians, and drag queens who whose rioting marked the beginning of June as the month of pride celebrations for all beloved LGBTQ plus I whatever folks who bless our lives day in and day out. Can I get an amen? Amen. Thank you, friends. And we light a candle of sorrow for the two Israelis, Sarah and Aaron, who were murdered last week. And we light the candle particularly in memory of their devotion to the creation of peace. There end our joys and sorrows for this week. Yeah, back there. Join me in a few minutes of quiet and reflection, of meditation, prayer, or just stillness. Begin with some words and then we'll have a time of quiet together. Spirit of love and of life, as the earth spins and tilts on her axis and the seasons shift, sunlight lingering late into the day, soft air, warm, inviting, flowers abundant, green everywhere. May we know that change is all there is in our lives. Seasons, loved ones come and go. Our bodies age. What was once easy is difficult. We grow in wisdom if we are lucky. You, Spirit, are constant, that breath of life that connects us to all that is, to what is lost, and to what is found. May we remember, all we have is this moment, and freedom is found not in the clenched fist, but in the open hand. As life flows around us, through us, may we love as well as we can, hold gently and loosely, and bless each other as we come and as we go. Please join me in a time of stillness together. Our two readings this morning come from my own personal scripture. They are words that I have returned to again and again and again throughout my ministry. First comes from my colleague, Bob Carnan, in his essay, The Religion of Tomorrow. If a measure of spiritual honesty exists, and if we are to have it in our future, it is to be found now in the individual heart, taken in great variety and in every condition. It is to be found in our wisdom, our compassion, our forgiveness, our loyalty to love, even unto the gates of hell. And it is to be found in our wretched depression, vile envies, heated conflicts, long days of labor, in our failures and stupidity and empty longing. It is in our competence and our lack of it, our learning and our foolishness. It is all of these, and in the loss of a substantial naivete, and the loss of sacred truths, and the transformations of our lives, in the transformations our lives wrought by the living of our days, done well, and done sometimes not so well. Such is the nature of spiritual empowerment if we will set it free. Ministry means, at least, to live in and amidst and vulnerable to the struggle of each and every one of us as we seek to come to an understanding of who we are, where we are, how we are. And ministry means more so to help us to raise up the vision of where it is we must go as a people and invite us, if we need the invitation, to join hands and hearts to get there. Let us not fail miserably by holding up a dose of religion when it is the sacred living presence we seek. Excellent religion is always revolutionary, transformative, pointing in human terms toward greater than human realities. The religion of tomorrow is to be found not in our great analyses and pungent minds and fevered millennial learning. It is to be found in our hearts now, as we live with love and courage in the ever-present world that also gives us emptiness and despair.
Second reading is Our Passion for Justice by Carter Haywood. Love, like truth and beauty, is concrete. Love is not fundamentally a sweet feeling, not, at heart, a matter of sentiment, attachment, or being drawn toward. Love is active, effective, a matter of making reciprocal and mutually beneficial relation with one's friends and one's enemies. Love creates righteousness or justice here on earth. To make love is to make justice. As advocates and activists for justice know, loving involves struggle, resistance, and risk. People working today on behalf of women, blacks, lesbians, and gay men, the aging, the poor in this country and elsewhere, know that making justice is not a warm, fuzzy experience. I think also that sexual lovers and good friends know that the most compelling relationships demand hard work, patience, and a willingness to endure tensions and anxiety in creating mutually empowering bonds. For this reason, loving involves commitment. We are not automatic lovers of self, others, world, or God. Love does not just happen. We are not love machines, puppets on strings of a deity called love. Love is a choice, not simply or necessarily a rational choice, but rather a willingness to be present to others without presence or guile. Love is a conversion to humanity, a willingness to participate with others in healing of a broken world and broken lives. Love is a choice to experience life as a member of the human family, a partner in the dance of life, rather than as an alien in the world or as a deity above the world, aloof and apart from human flesh.
Do you all know the story of Ashokan Farewell? Do you know where it came from? We've got one person a couple folks who know. So Molly Mason and Jay Ungar are traditional musicians, and there's a dance camp that happens up in New York. called Ashokan. So this is named after a dance camp. And Jay and Molly both make all kinds of different music. Do you know this story? Oh, okay, cool. And it was on one day, as they were leaving, this tune came to Jay, and he wrote it down. And then Ken Burns found it, and it became part of the national consciousness. And it's just so delightful. I used to be a really avid contra dancer, and so to have traditional music kind of get that kind of prominence. Sorry, this is the problem with having like all these associations with things. So, yes, thank you for indulging me. And now you know where that comes from and can love it even more. Is that right? Yeah. Yeah. On my first Sunday, this is not where I usually read from. Let me get back to my usual text. On my first Sunday leading worship here, September 9th, 2023, I began with a story from the book The Phantom Toll Booth. Y'all know this one? A lot of folks know it. In it, Milo, a bored young boy, discovers a car and a toll booth in his bedroom, and he begins a journey. He drops a few coins into the basket at the toll booth, and he heads off. As he drives along, he comes to a wide place in the road, and a sign on the side of the road says, "Welcome to Expectations. Information, predictions, and advice cheerfully offered. Park here and blow horn." With the sound of the horn, a little man in a long coat came rushing out of the house, speaking as fast as he could and repeating everything several times. My, welcome, 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 welcome to the land of expectations, to the land of expectations, to the land of expectations. We don't get many travelers these days. We certainly don't get many travelers these days. Now, what can I do for you? I'm the weatherman. Is this the right road to Dictionopolis? Asked Milo, a little bowed over by the man's effusive greeting. Well now, he began again. I don't know of any wrong road to Dictionopolis, so if this road goes to Dictionopolis at all, it must be the right road, and if it doesn't, it must be the right road to somewhere else, because there are no wrong roads to anywhere. Do you think it will rain? I thought you were the weatherman, said Milo, very confused. Oh, no, said the little man. I'm the weatherman, not the weatherman. For after all, it is more important to know whether there will be weather than what the weather will be. And with that, he released a dozen balloons that sailed off into the sky. Must see which way the wind is blowing, he said, chuckling over his little joke and watching them disappear in all directions. What kind of place is expectations? Inquired Milo, unable to see the humor and feeling very doubtful of the little man's sanity. Good question, he exclaimed. Expectations is the place you must go before you get to where you're going. Of course, some people never get beyond expectations, but my job is to hurry them along whether they like it or not. And here we are, friends, back in that land of expectations, land of expectations, land of expectations. I'll be retiring and moving back to Olympia, and QUUF will be finding what comes next too. While an interim minister has not been secured at this moment, your board and leadership are working with our UUA staff to find the strategy for ministerial service next year. I have every confidence that this creative and strong congregation will certainly find its way. And it's not completely clear what direction that will be. So we're all a bit in the land of expectations again. The readings that you heard this morning have been my long companions in ministry. Many of you have heard them at times over the last couple of years. They are good companions overall, and especially so in times of change. And in times of change, as we are flung around from one disaster to another, bit of craziness to unsettling proclamations from our president. Oh my gosh, it is a time to lean into these ideas. And let us all remember just to take a deep breath routinely as we watch the future unfold. As we come into this time of transition and change for you and for me, I offer my closing words to you. I want to leave you with good words and what that means for all of us. My beloved colleague, Bob Carnan of blessed memory, tells us this: ministry means at least to live in and amidst and vulnerable to the struggle of each and every one of us as we seek to come to an understanding of who we are, where we are, how we are. And ministry means more so to help us to raise up the vision of where we must go as a people and invite us, if we need the invitation, to join hands and hearts to get there. He's not talking about what the minister does, but about what the work of the congregation that is done by the hands and hearts of the people of the congregation. It's showing up on Sunday morning to greet people as they arrive. It's attending that meeting that you didn't want to go to but still do because you know that there are important conversations that have to be had. It's coming to choir practice, not only because you need to practice that song for Sunday, but because you know that you'll miss the touch of hands, the hug from a friend, or to encourage that new soprano who wasn't quite sure last week. It's going to camp because you get to know people in a different way than you can on Sunday mornings. It's committee emails, yes, even that ridiculously long email chain that never seems to stop. Can I get an amen? And it's laughing together when everything seems to go wrong, but still everything is all right. Bob says more. Excellent religion is always revolutionary, transformative, pointing in human terms towards the greater than human realities. The religion of tomorrow is to be found not in our great analyses and pungent minds and fevered millennial learning. It is to be found in our hearts. Now, as we live with love and courage in the ever-present world that also gives us emptiness and despair. How true. His words align with the new UUA articulation of our principles and purposes. At the very center of what we are and who we are and what we do is love. Carter Hayward's words about love have accompanied me throughout my ministry. She says, love is a conversion to humanity, a willingness to participate with others in the healing of a broken world and broken lives. Love is the choice to experience life as a member of the human family, a partner in the dance of life, rather than as an alien in the world or a deity above the world, aloof and apart from human flesh. Love for each other, for our community, for our world, doesn't just happen. It is always and ever a choice we make. It is active and effective. It creates possibility and connection and points us toward each other, toward relationship with all there is. When we come into times of change and transition, we are best served by leaning as deeply into love as we can. It is love that fuels our outrage when harm is done, and there is so much harm being done these days. It is a challenge not to be consumed with anger and pain and fear. It is love that feeds us, that connects us to each other, that enables our grounding and healing relationships that can sustain us in times of chaos and turmoil and change. And oh, my friends, are we deep in chaos and turmoil and change. Uncertainty rules the day, and there is chaos all around. The country we live in is going through dangerous times. Our neighbors and friends are in peril. And if you're like me, you are brokenhearted and too often afraid of what will come next. If there are words to leave you with as I depart, closing words for the end of our time together, these are the words I leave you with. I encourage you and me. I need it as much as anyone. Ground yourself in love. Keep asking yourself, what is the most loving thing I can do in this moment? Dig into relationship. Give and ask for the support that is needed to stay grounded and present. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Lean into community. Create joy for yourself and others. Keep singing, keep dancing, even if you do both of them badly. Keep singing, keep dancing. Remember to rest when it is needed. Bring your whole self to this community of care and conscience. Give your gifts of time and love to keep it going, because the truth is, hello? Am I there now? Yes, okay, good. Where was I? Because we need each other if we are going to make it through these days and the days to come. Bob reminds us, the quality of love and goodness that we expose from our sometimes reluctant hearts will change the world. The quality of love and goodness we expose from our sometimes reluctant hearts will change the world. Our task is not to make more Unitarian Universalists or to make bigger congregations or to raise great gobs of money. It is to heal and inspire, to open and remake, and thus change what is sorry into what is a joy. It is why we gather in the spirit of love and justice. It is why I give my life, and I hope you give yours, in service to that which can only be described as invisible and intangible, but what is also the most powerful force of all, our all too human, sometimes faltering, sometimes complete, sometimes painful and sad, sometimes serene and laughing love that speaks, if anything at all does, with the voice of God. So, my friends, welcome, 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 welcome to the land of expectations, the land of expectations, the land of expectations. Let us all be on that good journey into the future that is still unknown, that will take us places that we cannot imagine. And may you be good companions to each other in the days to come. And may we all continue to be those who create and bear and embody love in everything we say and do. So may it be with you, so may it be with me, and so may it be for our world. Amen. All right, stay standing because we're going to sing. That is, stay standing if you want to stand while you're singing. It's number 295 in the Great Hymnal. If you want to look, this is one of my favorite hymns of all time, written by a colleague who was one of the first of our ministers to be diagnosed with AIDS and who lived the end of his life with great grace and love and compassion. So let us sing together. Sing out praises. Our closing words by John Morgan. In the end, it won't matter how much we have, but how generously we have given. It won't matter how much we know, but rather how well we live. And it won't matter how much we believe, but how deeply we love. Let us go forth with love, give love, receive love, and be love in the world. Let's extinguish our flame. We extinguish our flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment, or the power of transformation. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Some things in life are bad, they can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't worry, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life.
If life seems jolly rotten, there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing.
When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life.
For life is but absurd, and death's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow.
Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow.
Always look on the bright side of death. Just before you draw your terminal breath. For life is quite absurd, and death's the final word. Life's a laugh and death's a joke, it's true. You'll see it's all a show, keep them laughing as you go. Just remember that the last laugh is on you.